I'm playing in the PCPL, a Smogon-based draft league where 14 different players play on different teams, and I'm your one and only coach of the Miami Masterpieces, Oro. I've played in the last season of the PCPL and even got to the finals, but in that league I did not come out on top. That's why this season I embarked on a mission to claim my first ever Draft League finals. Every week we have played a best of one game versus many different teams, attempting to make it to the playoffs themselves with the 12 different Pokemon we have drafted on our teams. I've won the main season with a dominating performance, and I'm proud to announce that I have made it to the playoffs of PCPL Season 2. However, I faced a new challenge in the first week of playoffs. I have a rematch against Exy, the coach of the Los Angeles Landeresses, who I previously defeated in week 6 of the main season, who now has some changes. People adapt, so I can't assume he'll fall for the same team once again, so I have to adjust myself. Entering the game, I had to decide on one crucial idea: what kind of changes would I make to my old team? I decided to take advantage of an old problem that his team still holds, a difficulty with powerful electric types. Enter Terra Dragon Choice Specs Bellibolt, a recurrent character from our previous battle. Electromorphosis is the signature ability of Bellibolt, and it helps it get the necessary power to put in some serious work. Doubling the power of electric type moves after taking an attack, Parabolic Charge and Volt Switch will become monstrous attacks when boosted that nothing besides Quagsire will be able to take on, and even Quagsire gets cleanly 2-hit KO'd by Terra Blast Dragon. Otherwise, Terra Dragon allows Bellibolt to threaten Dragapult with a 1-hit KO when caught off guard, and lastly, Sucker Punch to also outspeed and pick off weakened foes. Obviously, getting locked in with an electric type move in front of a Quagsire would be bad and difficult to deal with. That's where Magic Bounce Leftovers Hatterene will come in. Its ability Magic Bounce and will block any status move that Quagsire will try to throw at me, be it Toxic or Stealth Rocks, and will be immediately bounced back, effectively letting a healthy Hatterene sit there unintimidated. Hatterene will also be able to comfortably switch into Clefable for the same reason. With the moves Psyshock, Mystical Fire, Draining Kiss, and Calm Mind, we'll be dishing out a large amount of damage and tanking strong hits from everything. However, I noticed my current 2 mons still had a weakness to Scizor, so I added back Choice Band Rotom Heat, meant to outspeed even max speed Scizor and Oko with Foul Play if they're boosted by Swords Dance, without missing a risk with Overheat. Foul Play also has the ability to snipe Dragapults, attempting to switch into our stabs, and is just a generally solid attack in this game. We found out the rest of the set with standard attacks such as Discharge and Overheat, while also keeping Trick to hopefully cripple his more setup reliant and supportive Pokemon in mainly Clefable, Enamorus, and Quagsire. Next, I added Mamoswine back onto the team and a new face to this matchup in Life Orb Araquanid to give us some more power. Mamoswine has great coverage for this game, able to hit Clefable and Enamorus for super effective damage with Heavy Slam and everything else, with Earthquake outspeeding and 2-hit KOing Dragapult with Ice Shard and Stealth Rocks for much appreciated hazard chip that he struggles to get off his side of the field. With Babiri Berry to hold, Mamoswine won't be getting beaten by Scizor so easily either, and enough bulk to live a Choice Band Cinderace's Powerball, Mamoswine will be almost guaranteed to take something down with him. Araquanid has the ability Water Bubble to completely snowball his team with not much effort. Doubling the power of Water-type moves, Life Orb boosts Liquidations, can 2-hit KO even the bulkiest of Brings. Alongside Leech Life and Giga Drain for respective super effective hits, we have the ability to hit almost his entire team incredibly hard, barring Suicune. Respectable bulk on Araquanid means it isn't going anywhere either. The main idea is to get both onto the field as healthy as possible and to click powerful attacks to break through his team. Finally, I noticed a lot of his team is still reliant on using powerful setup moves and healing to get the most out of them, and his physical attackers can still be powerful into my team, so we'll still be bringing Intimidate, Rocky Helmet, Overquill. With Taunt to shut down his team, he will become more vulnerable to getting poisoned, so we have both Barbarage and Toxic Spikes to get some valuable poison chip on a lot of his bulky team. Crunch as a guaranteed Oko onto Dragapult and some respectable damage into his team, Overquill will be crucial in putting a stop to anything getting out of hand. And that's the team. It's built around making sure all of his team has a reasonable answer and ensuring that a lot of damage will always be hitting his side of the field, out of hope that we can wear him down permanently and move on to semifinals. Hello everybody, this is Oro for the PCPL. This is the quarterfinals match against Exy, a rematch from our week 6 game. My team is slightly different this round. Instead of the King Gambit set that I brought last time, this time I'm bringing Araquanid. As you saw as well, he has changed to a Copperajah and a Serena, so we have to make some adjustments to that. We're running a little bit more speed on Overquill, and then we've changed the speed EVs on both Bellibolt and Hatterene to be like a lower tier. I think the final thing is that Mamoswine is guaranteed to outspeed Serena every single time, so an Earthquake should always be dealing good damage if it's Terrasalized. I'm expecting Terra Water, and if it doesn't Terrasalize, Ice Shard is a 2-hit KO. So that's going to be very beneficial. Actually, scratch that about the Ice Shard. I have to remember it's Queenly Majesty. I almost changed Ice Shard to Icicle Crash, I believe, because it's just, you know, a stronger move. So where's Suicune? Am I not gonna find it? I didn't find it in time. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Good luck, have fun. Hoping to not see ground type. Quagsire right there. All right, let's do this. So what I'm thinking here is that Bellibolt looks really solid here. If he goes into Quagsire on any sort of switch, I just go Hatterene, and I never really stress about it, to be honest. I don't think there's a single thing that he could do in that scenario that would be problematic for me. So we're just going to do what I did in the same thing in the week 6 match, and we're going to go lead Bellibolt. If I see something like, you know, Cinderace, I'm just going to Terrasalize. It's not really a reason not to. I'm curious about a couple calcs now that I think about it. I have changed Bellibolt's special attacks, so maybe it could kill after like a Terrasalized Dragon move. No, it doesn't look like it could. I would always Parabolic Charge or Volt Switch. One of those. Now Quagsire here shouldn't be able to tank a Terra Blast Dragon whatsoever. It takes 60%. So it gets 2-hit KO'd. I obviously am going to outspeed that as well, unless he runs a substantial amount of bulk. So the hard part about Quagsire here is that it's either Unaware or Water Absorb. If it's Water Absorb, then Araquanid's slightly problemed. But I also don't think I really need to worry about it too much. All right, yeah, good luck, have fun. Let's do this. Hoping I do okay. Because to be honest with you guys, I'm very nervous about this game. Seeing Clefable come out right away, I'm going to, I think, hard switch into Hatterene here. I don't think there's a reason not to. I'm assuming it's a utility mon. Bellibolt's not going to outspeed this. If he gets Stealth Rocks up, then that's a little annoying. I don't have great removal, and obviously Rotom kind of relies on that. So I am just going to go hard Hatterene. I have no idea what this thing could do, like a Moonblast or something. So I'm going to just go Hatterene. There's not really, I really don't think there's a reason not to. Hatterene's going to do super well here. Assuming this is utility and not like, you know, Calm Mind. But even if it's Calm Mind, I think I outpaced it with my own. Yep, I get that back up on his side of the field. So here's the thing. This is probably Magic Guard. But there is a chance that it's not. So here's the thing. Clefable's Moonblast against my Hatterene does like 30%. If I go +1, it's to do like 23. Something like that. So I could go +1 here. There's not a single thing that would come in on that. So I'm just going to do that. Don't think there's a reason not to Calm Mind here. Yeah, he switches out. If he goes Scizor, I'm just going to Mystical Fire. I want the thing gone. Yeah, this should never be able to kill me ever. It would have to be Iron Head. And it would have to be banded, I believe. This Bullet Punch is not going to be able to take me out, even if it's choice banded. So I think I could just really reasonably just Mystical Fire here. I guess that's kind of risking it a little bit. It's also heavy duty boots, so I don't believe this thing can ever kill me. An Iron Head's not going to do enough. 88%. So I'm just going to Mystical Fire here. I'm going to take this thing out immediately. It's going to do like 50. Yep. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Scizor. Very huge. Very, very huge. Very, 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 very huge. Hatterene immediately taking out Scizor. Very valuable. Mamoswine is going to be monstrous here now. Although, you know, the Beer Berry is now kind of useless. I have no clue what he could go into. I'm assuming I'm going to see something like a Dragapult. In which case, a ghost move is like the most obvious play, trying to take out this Hatterene as fast as possible. But there's also a chance that if it's not specs, I don't think it might not kill, to be completely honest with you. Scrafty. This thing shouldn't kill me unless it's like poison jab. Because I'm super physically bulky. So the thing is, this is kind of annoying. I could switch out here, like, you know, scouting for that. And I think I might. Going Overcool seems super easy here, so I don't see why not. Worst case would be he goes like hard Clefable or something. But if he poison jabs here, do I die? I'm assuming I do. It also could be Gunk Shot, I believe, right? Max attack. It looks like that's a guaranteed OHKO if it's Gunk Shot, so I'm going to switch out and scout for that poison move. I mean, Overcool is a pretty safe switch either way. Gets that Intimidate off. It's very valuable. Bulk up. Okay, I'm going to taunt next turn. So now I know that this thing cannot threaten me. It's a typical bulk up set that it has been this whole entire time. There's no way it can threaten me. I am going to immediately taunt here. There's no reason not to. I don't want him getting extra bulk ups up. He's going to likely Drain Punch, knock off, get rid of my Black Sludge, do negative damage, but gets Rocky Helmet Chip, which is very valuable. In the back, he does have Mr. Quags, Cinderace, Dragapult, Clefable. Like, getting that Toxic up could be nice, but more than likely both of those are heavy duty boots, so I don't actually think I'm going to bother, and I'm just going to immediately Barbarage. Getting a poison here would be super nice. It is 50%. Yep. Very, 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 very valuable. Drain Punch is going to heal a decent amount back, but now my next Barbarage is going to be double damage. Assuming he's not Shedskin this time, which he very might be. Doesn't look like he is. This thing cannot threaten me, my Hatterene, so I'm not necessarily worried about this either. This Barbarage is going to do tremendous damage. It's going to do like 35, 40%. And then if he switches out, he's risking another poison as well. So he can't really do that either. This is going to do a lot. Yeah. Surely but slowly, I'm whittling this thing down so that it can't actually do much of anything. I believe my taunt wears off here. This thing is +1 in both. Getting another Barbarage off here would do a lot of damage. He could bulk up Rest or something like that. If I let this thing do its thing and go into Rotom, I won't be able to kill it. And I don't even think Mamoswine will be able to either. I guess I could taunt here to see what he's planning on doing, or I could Barbarage to just get Chip. I'm gonna Barbarage, get some extra damage off. I could taunt here, but if he's like Rest, then I know that, you know, he can't really threaten Buddy in the back. And I also know that now I do a lot of damage with another Barbarage and potentially even take it out, which is super valuable as well. Shedskin. Okay, he was Shedskin this time. I'm definitely just going to taunt here. I don't see a reason not to. I get to see if he's anything in the back. And then he is at like 50% now. I definitely just taunt here. I also know he's not going to be Moxie now, so he's only neutral damage. Let's see if he goes for like Rest or something. Drain Punch again. Okay, he's going to heal like 7 HP. Not even, I don't think. So this is making me think he's like, I guess it's kind of a risky scenario where he's +1 right now. So Hatterene's actually going to take a lot of damage if he's like max attack, but it doesn't feel like he is. My Overcool is not doing a lot of damage with Barbarage, so it makes me think he's at least max HP. And I think I can reasonably go into Hatterene here, because Knockoff shouldn't be able to kill me. That Drain Punch was not doing 40%, so there's no way. I'm going to go straight into Hatterene, and I'm going to Draining Kiss. I also get extra little bits of recovery. And I actually get quite a considerable amount considering he's max HP. So I am just going to Draining Kiss here. I got to scout out that he wasn't really anything. Poison Jab might not kill. Yeah. He had to go Gunk Shot there. If he wasn't gonna go the max attack route. Hatterene getting another KO here. Going to max, or almost max, like very high HP. That was a lot of HP. Obviously was not max, so I don't know what I was saying there. So Scrafty once again taking out Overquill. That's kind of what Overquill's job is, to make sure that thing can't do what it wants to do. Scrafty did kill Overquill, and then Hatterene obviously revenges it. So let's see what he goes into now. I'm assuming we're going to see something like a Cinderace coming out. Even the Cinderace, I don't think is going to be able to kill me. It's going to be a roll at the very least. And if it's not like an offensive set, we'll see if it's offensive, because it'll, take that potential rocks damage. He can't go Quag either. Cinderace shouldn't be able to kill me unless it's something like Gunk Shot. And we see that it's heavy duty boots as well. So I am going to Psyshock here, I think. It gets 50% off. That would let... What does he have in the back? He has things that my Arachnid can already outspeed, and a Dragapult. And that Dragapult isn't necessarily scary. Cinderace here will not be able to do a lot of damage to Rotom. So I might just get a Psyshock off to get that 50%, and so Rotom can come in later. This shouldn't be able to kill. Nope. Doing a lot of damage here. I believe it's like around 50%. Okay, not quite. Not quite 50. But we do know it's heavy duty boots. This means that Rotom should be able to come in and kill with a Foul Play next turn. And even I honestly can like switch into it. That's actually Blaze, I think, right? No, it's not, because we could determine that from Libero. I could swap so that Quagsire isn't as much of a nuisance. I actually don't think I mind that. I really could do that. Force him to attack, but I could also just sack here, because that would let Rotom come in relatively freely. Let's just go to Rotom. This thing should not be able to hurt me very much at all. And if he uses like Court Change or something and pushes the rocks back onto my side, then at least this way I'm going to maintain my full HP. U-turn. Where does he go? If he goes into Quagsire, I obviously just switch back out. For Fable, I'm going to trick my Choice Band onto it. This Cinderace won't be able to take out my Mamoswine, I believe. It won't even come close unless it's like a high jump kick. Quagsire here. I am definitely just going straight into Hatterene. If I go into Hatterene, I can also get some extra chip off. Hopefully like Toxics. I'm just going to go right into Hatterene. Earthquake will be able to kill me, but if he Earthquakes here, then he's risking Rotom just staying in. I don't know what else he could use. What else does Quagsire really run? Nothing really, right? He might recover. So I'm going to predict he uses an Earthquake, but there's also the chance he uses a Toxic because Hatterene or Rotom is going to be a problem for him. Surf, okay. All right, that's fine. Now I could go straight into Belly Bolt here. Or I could use it to catch that Dragapult off guard. Also, if I go into Belly Bolt and I use Terra Blast, I don't believe even Like, the Terrablast Dragon set will work, but if I Terrablast Dragon, he's gonna know I'm Specs and he's gonna go into Clefable, so that's kind of a risky move. I think I might just go into Araquanid here. Don't see a reason not to. Curious if Mamoswine's at all capable of outspeeding Dragapult after Sticky Webs. Because if he is, I might consider that. But it's probably Clear Body, and even if it isn't and it's just max speed, then I won't be able to outspeed it. So yeah, I'm just going to go into Araquanid. And I think I'm going to immediately Giga Drain. I don't want to risk this thing being Water Absorb. And Giga Drain would heal me anyways. Worst case would be he goes into Dragapult and, you know, takes a Liquidation, dies to the next Ice Shard, you know. Shouldn't be able to kill me anyways. I'm just going to Giga Drain. Unfortunately, I'm obviously going to be faster here, so I won't be able to see what he's going to do. More than likely just Toxics. That's like the predictable move. This is very hard for him to switch into if he is unaware. Because even this unaware Quagsire is going to take a significant amount of damage. Way more than it needs to. And I think if he switches, I can assume he's unaware. Okay. And take all my HP back. Toxic. Okay. Very, very... Like, obviously this thing is screaming that it's unaware. I could Leech Life, technically, but I think I have to Giga Drain in order to make sure I pick off this KO. Keeping this thing at 50% is really valuable as well, so that Belly Bolt can kill it in the future with a 60% Terrablast Dragon. I could Liquidation, and I'm kind of tempted to, because it is very, like, if he goes into Dragapult, there's a chance he can kill me now. If he goes into Cinderace, then, I mean, he won't kill me, but I don't know. I guess I can just really safely Giga Drain here. He might just sack this. I'm assuming he's going into Pult. Yeah. Pult shouldn't be able to kill me. It would have to be Specs. And it would have to use Draco for it to guarantee that kill. It hits 246 with a max roll into my Arachnid. So it looks like I'll be at 204. It isn't a guaranteed OHKO. It might be. That's a little annoying. If it's Specs, it's a guaranteed OHKO, so I am going to Liquidation. Dragon Darts, this might kill. Oh, it doesn't look like it does. So I'm going to get a Liquidation off, and that's going to reliably let Mamoswine in the back get that Ice Shard KO. Araquanid going down. Perfectly fine, completely fine. I am definitely just going into Mamoswine here. I super safely Ice Shard here. I could actually Earthquake as well, but if I Earthquake, then that lets Quagsire come in for more than free. I'm interested to see how Quagsire tanks this hit, because it might be like more than I expect. There's a decent potential that he dies. I don't know exactly what it's at, but it's at like 55% roughly, something like that. So Ice Shard is going to do 61, put it to like 158 or 156, I think, something like that. And then Earthquake won't be able to pick off that KO, so I might have to Earthquake, or I could go into Belly Bolt. I'm going to Ice Shard. If he goes Quag, it's fine. Yeah. It might die to this combination of Stealth Rock and Ice Shard and Earthquake. Maybe. I don't think it will, though. No, it doesn't look like it. Almost went Freeze Dry here, but I didn't expect Quagsire to come because I didn't think it was very good. I'm going straight into Belly Bolt, I think. I don't want this Mamoswine getting Toxic because it's very valuable now. It lives that Cinderace hit, does a considerable amount of damage into Clefable. completely fine. I'm going to do one Terra Blast normally, and then I'm going to Terrasilize into a Dragon type next turn, I think. Because there is a chance that Clefable comes in here on this predicted Terra Blast Dragon. I'll be very upset if this is not Water Absorb. Oh, I could have killed it if I Terra Dragoned. Oh, I killed it anyways with crit. Alright, that's cool. He might go Dragapult now. In which case, I feel pretty safe. Letting... Depending on what he goes into, I might switch. Dragapult's at like roughly 50%. Fable. This is actually magic. This is unaware. And it doesn't look like it's leftovers either. I have to go into Rotom, I think, because like the other Pokemon can live hits pretty easily. After rocks, but this thing would not. And I can also avoid that Thunder Wave. I mean, I avoided it with everything, so that was a really weird play anyways. I'm definitely just going to trick him my Choice Band. I don't think a single thing wants to take that item. Yeah, you can have this. Go ahead. Maybe Knockoff is what I'm expecting to see here, which might actually hit kind of hard now that it has a Choice Band. Stealth Rocks. Okay, he's locked into that now. Which means I can safely spam Foul Play now, and there's not a thing he can really do about it. This looks like a pretty decent endgame for me now. There's nothing he can do about this. Will weaken the Cinderace enough for the Ice Shard to pick it off after the Foul Play. So this looks like a pretty safe win for me here. Very fortunate. I was pretty scared about this game. I think that hit on Quagsire was a roll. I'll have to ask him if he remembers what HP it was at, because there's a very decent chance that that was a roll. It looked like it was roughly around 45%, and Terra Blast is 40 to 47, or to 40 to 47. So that's potentially a very positive roll in my favor, which is a little unfortunate to see. I can just spam this, right? I should be able to. Eventually, he's going to get stalled out of Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to consistently heal up my HP. I could also Discharge, now that I think about it. There's no reason not to Discharge, actually. So yeah, we'll just Discharge instead. I potentially get Paras on things. Don't know why I was going to click Foul Play. I guess, like, it does hit them harder, the Pokemon in the back. But Discharge is also really good utility, and neither of them are going to be able to kill me. Especially because I know the Dragapult is at least mixed. Who do I see coming in? Cinderace. This thing's going to get Discharged. Potentially Parad. Which I do not see. I'm definitely just going to Discharge again. There's no reason not to. You could go back into Clefable and get paralyzed, or you could stay in and try and get some chip on this, which is not going to be very much at all. You would have to be high jump kick in order to get like reliable chip. I'm assuming it's like a Pyro Ball U-turn at least. Pyro Ball here into Rotom's not going to do very much damage at all. So Discharge is going to pick off this Cinderace here. Dragapult's gonna potentially come in next, which goes down to a foul play. And then Clefable has to lock itself into a attacking move now that it's banded. So I believe even if he goes Clefable again, then I just keep spamming my discharge because he's not going to be able to recover enough of the HP. He would have to spam Moonlight, in which case he's just going to risk getting paralyzed and stuff anyways. And that does a lot of damage. He's locking himself in the Moonblast too, which is super resisted by me. Yeah, this is a pretty safe win by me. Although getting that special attack drop is fairly annoying. I could switch out here to preserve this. Bellybolt can tank it and then potentially Parabolic Charge and cover a lot of that HP back. Could also Volt Switch, which is going to be the more safe play. But maybe we'll see if I even live this Moonblast twice. Yeah, I will. And I'm just going to Volt Switch here. He can attack me again, or he could go into Dragapult. Either way, he loses now. Because Clefable's going to take too much damage from the rocks for her, and Heavy Slam's going to pick it off with Mamoswine. So yeah, this is a pretty good game. I think I played pretty well here. I might have made a couple mistakes. That special attack drop is arguably annoying, but I don't think it matters. I think this Volt Switch still takes it out. Yeah. Unfortunate that I couldn't Terrasilize Bellybolt as per usual. Terra Dragon seems to be a consistently bad defensive typing most of the time here. And that's a little annoying to see. So obviously I don't Earthquake here or any of that shenanigans in front of this Dragapult. I'm just going to Ice Shard, take it out, and win this game with a 3-0. Now I gotta remember all the kills that happened. I'll do that after though, so I don't waste all your guys' time with my talking nonsense. So yeah, this thing's totally going down unless it's like Yachi Berry, and if it's Yachi Berry, then I mean, GG's, I guess. If it was Yachi Berry, it would have to have some sort of coverage move for Rotom, which I imagine would be something along the lines of Surf. All right, well, that was the game versus Xe for today. I believe it played fairly well. At the current moment, I can't think of anything that I did particularly wrong. Might have played a little too passively, but I mean, I won 3-0. I'll take what I could get, and I'm not going to beg for anything more than that. At least I'm going on to semifinals. I apologize about that crit Xe. I'm not sure how much it mattered on the Quagsire. My roll was 40 to 47. So there's a good chance that it still had that ability to KO. And realistically, I don't think it mattered in the end anyways, because what would have happened is you would have killed Bellybolt. The differential would have gone down to a 2-0, but my Heavy Slam on Mamoswine would have taken out Clefable from the range it was at. And then obviously Ice Shard took out the Dragapult in the end there too. So that was a good game. For all you guys watching, please hit like if you liked the battle. Leave a comment down below about how you thought it went, and let me know if you guys are excited to see me in the next arc of this brilliant little playthrough that I'm doing right now in the PCPL. Moving on to semifinals now, hoping I can get back to finals. In the first season of this, which I didn't record, I did get to finals with a relatively mediocre team, being that I joined in like week 5 or something like that. So my options were limited, but I made it to finals then. I'm hoping I can make it to finals now. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.